Hi guys, welcome back. I am Moragh, holistic nutritionist, functional medicine health coach, and a few other things. And I like to call myself a truther, broadcaster, and Canadian patriot. I'm really happy to see you today, and this is going to be a quick video. I just wanted to share a few thoughts and see maybe if you guys are going through this too, and maybe offer some practical solutions, because that's what resilience, strength, recovery, this channel is all about, on how to help you through what you're going through. And I hope this resonates with you. If it does, please share and like and subscribe and all that. So today I'm totally exhausted, and I've been trying to buoy up my energy to keep doing these videos to help, as I said to some friends, even if I'm just doing one video that helps one person, then it's worth it. And it's a lot of work, but I really love doing it, and I feel like I'm connecting to my peeps. You guys are my peeps. So the title of this video is Hold the Line, and a couple of very dear friends of mine who I've known all my life, some beautiful women who are soul sisters, will know exactly what I'm talking about. Hold the Line came to me, has been coming to me a number of times. I've heard it in songs. It's been intuited to me. It's just come into my mind. I've read it. It keeps on popping up, so I wanted to speak about it. So what does it mean? The definition is not yield to the pressure in a difficult situation. And we're in that, for sure. I think we can all agree. In military, which is what I often think about, hold the line as a military phrase. It means to stay put in position and make sure the line is intact. The line of soldiers are intact. And I've had many lives, I believe, as a soldier, and I have had past life memories of a few of them. I'll do a video on that someday. And so the feeling of warrior is also coming up. And I would say today, exhausted warrior. You guys are between me and the couch to have a quick snooze before I go out tonight to be with some like-minded friends. That's why it's going to be quick, but I hope I get my message across. So the message of hold the line that I've heard speak about from friends is from their guardian angels, parents, soul support, and it's very meaningful right now. I would like to say that I'd like to ask my parents and my grandparents what it meant to them. My mom and dad were both in the Army, and I'm really proud of my mom. She was very successful in the Canadian Army. I'm proud of both of them. My mom got to be lieutenant major in the Canadian Army, and back then women didn't move that quickly in the Army, but she did really well, and she taught soldiers how to see at night and do other surveillance things. My dad was a surgeon in World War II and the Korean War, and I'm so proud of him too. And he saved a lot of lives and got medals for going into battlefields as a doctor to save lives and then operate on them. My grandfather, Gump, was, that's what I called him, Gump. He was in the First World War. And I just realized we're close to Remembrance Day, so this is a really good topic for right now. Gump was in the trenches. He was in the Scottish Regiment, and I remember him telling us stories of being in full uniform, which was a kilt. He was a Canadian in the Canadian Scottish Regiment, so he was in full uniform in a kilt in the dugouts, and those holes, foxholes, I believe they called them, and but being at some kind of official thing where a general came and they had to all get in dress uniform and line up and do their various things, and then all of a sudden there was an attack and they had to in the middle of winter pretty well, get back into the foxhole and fight in kilts. And he used to sing "That's a Long Way to Tipperary" to me and with me. And his wife, my grandmother Nan, had a very was so strong and had a rough life without him, and she did things for the soldiers here in Canada. So I'd like to ask them how they got through it, what it meant for them to hold the line, because that's what we're being asked to do right now. And I don't know about you, but people I've been speaking to, and a lot of these things are basically where I'm at. I feel like I'm done some days. Don't get me wrong, these aren't all days, but I feel angry. I feel depressed. I feel fed up. I feel totally frustrated, super anxious, pissed off, exhausted, done, grieving. I had to write these down because there's so many of them. And I have a lot of clients. As you know, I'm a holistic nutritionist and functional medicine health coach, and I see clients every day, and they're in varying areas of belief in this whole thing, and many of them have had medical treatments for this, and many of them are resisting. But the common theme, and that doesn't matter. I see anyone has the right to see me, and I'm going to honor that no matter what is going on, whether someone's had the or not, whether there's a paperwork that you have to get in to see me. God forbid that happen. Anyway, I'm going to stay open and looking after helping people. And I see clients who are really depressed and really anxious, and I specialize in help through holistic nutrition for mental health and addictive behaviors. And I'm seeing people at some of them say it's their worst, and trying to help them right now. I love my work, and it's tough. It's tough because I feel like they do many days. So if you're listening to this and this is resonating with you, then I believe we've all lined up to be here at this time. We all stood in line and said, okay, God, we want to come down and do this, create a new earth. And we're star seeds. Anyone is welcome to listen to this, but chances are you're a star seed. You're a light walker. You're a love walker. You may be the only person in your family or your friends or your line of work where you believe the things that you do. And it's very isolating. It's so isolating. And I have clients who are elders and they're on their own, and their friends and family who they have been seeing will not see them without which is absolutely ridiculous, because a person who hasn't received the thing is probably more like to get infected from someone who has had the thing, because those people who have had are the people, who are having trouble. The people who've had the thing maybe having trouble with variants and or picking up other stuff, because the thing tends to take down the immune system in many people. You might be the black sheep of the family. You may have been kicked out of the family. I have 2 members of my family who've totally cut me off, divorced me, wrote me an email and said, as long as you have these beliefs, you're not my sister anymore. I have another couple who sort of half talk to me, and it's only safe to talk about certain things. I'm really blessed that I have a community, but I have lost so many friends in this. And it's so sad. And this is what the evil ones want to happen. They want us to be divided. They want us to judge and dislike each other for the stupid decisions we have or have not made. So I'm really trying to do my best to be open-minded and kind and compassionate, and just try to understand that people make the decisions that are right for them at the time, or they think that are right for them at the time. And it's about opening to new beliefs sometimes, to take certainly when I went down this road and learned all the things I've learned, I had to really open up new beliefs, turn off the mainstream media, stop listening to the news like CBC in Canada, unfortunately, some of the biggest liars out there, but all the mainstream media is. and building new beliefs, building new support systems, building new practices for self-care. And it's been deep dives, deep soul work that we've done. No wonder we're exhausted. No wonder we're fed up. I have days where I just can't listen to one more thing. I so appreciate all the truthers out there doing the work, and I have some real favorites, and I'm so happy that they're in my life and I'm able to listen to them. But I have many days where I can't listen to it. I've just got to do a puzzle or knit or listen to some music or watch a movie that has nothing to do with anything. So, as this old story dies and as this new story, this new world is being born, how do we look after ourselves? How do we make it through the day where you have really rough days? And I have a bit of a list. I have some suggestions. I just want to acknowledge, though, that we're all in a new place. I believe we all are. I don't know. You may not be, but I'm in a place where I've never been before. Life has never been this uncertain, and I've had some uncertain things happen in my life. Believe me, nothing like this. I've pretty well known that there were things in my life that I could depend on, and things would be stable and same old, like the government. So much for that. Little Skippy Castro here in Canada is certainly far from stable. And it's unbelievable. And the shock and the grief, and we've talked about that in other videos, the shock and the grief that we've had to recover from, or we're still going through as we're learning these things and knowing that the old standbys, the friends, the family, the places we used to go to gather. I mean, churches were closed for so long, and now you have to have certain paperwork to get into anywhere, many places. You went to the gym to relax or you went to the coffee shop. That's not doable for some people. So how the hell do we get strong? How the hell do we have faith? How the hell do we keep the faith? How the hell do we hold the line when we're exhausted, when we've just had enough? How the heck do we be the warriors we've been called to be? I want to be a warrior. I want to stand up and fight for this new earth, this new world, but many days I just don't have it in me. So what do I do those days? Or what do I see people doing? Well, it's all about, I believe, listening to what you need, listening to what your heart desires, listening to what the brain is asking for, recognizing that energy right now is really all over the map. I think they're shooting at I think we're all being exposed with way more EMF than usual. So just a tip, if you can try to get any EMF things out of your bedroom when you sleep, you'll probably have a better sleep. You might want to take melatonin. That's what I do. Or GABA or passion flower, things like that to sleep, because sleep's been a huge issue for a lot of people. But definitely get your devices out of your room, which is difficult because a lot of people are so stressed out they have to listen to meditation or whatever to fall asleep. So maybe you can do that offline or have it in another room and listen to it. What else can we do? Well, I believe that any day, every day of our life, unconditional, radical acceptance and love for ourselves. Warts and all, worries and all, fears and all, love and trust and all, everything we are, to not judge ourselves. And yes, work on ourselves, but be really kind right now. Be so gentle. If you need a nap in the middle of the day, have a nap in the middle of the day if you can do it. If you have to, get out and you need to stand on the ground with your feet in the middle of winter, bare feet, do it. If it resonates with you, do it. It's not winter here, but it will be soon. And I've been earthing every day, and I hope to continue as best I can, at least get outside. Movement's really helpful. Meditation, prayer. If you have a faith community that you're seeing, there's so many online resources, which is really great. Comfort food is one of my biggies. My friends know that with me. One of my go-tos, although I don't always eat carbs, or excuse me, refined carbs. One of my go-tos is spaghetti and a good meat sauce or a regular tomato sauce and good old chocolate, and allowing those little treats, because We don't have a lot of treats these days. There's so much pressure, so much stress. And be kind to yourself. No judgment. If you're on a diet and you slip one day because you've had some chocolate, who cares? Get back on the horse. Really important as well, as you're being asked, perhaps to consider things that you don't want to do. That's where holding the line comes in. Really important. There's so many support organizations that are helping, and I'm going to list a few under the details of this video. Organizations in Canada and around the world that can help you if you're in the middle of a fight with an employer or any kind of situation where you are being told to do something you don't want to do. It's part of the medical tyranny. Please hold the line if you can. I know you will do what feels best for you in your heart, but please consider that this probably won't go on for much longer. I may be totally wrong, but the sources that I look at are all sort of saying that October there's going to be some big breaks, and by Christmas things will look a lot different. They're taking the test, that they stick up your nose, off the market because the CDC or WHO or those evil people, another word came to mind, but I'll call them entities, that have been ruining our lives for many decades. They have said that that test is not acceptable. It's picking up the regular cold virus that we get every year because there's no such virus as C for cat, V for victory, 19. It's never been identified. It's never been proven. And there are court cases right now where, like that fellow out in Alberta, I wish I could remember his name. I'll try to put his YouTube channel down below, where he asked the court to prove that this virus exists and nobody could. The chief medical officer of Alberta had to come to court and under oath say that they haven't isolated it. So if you haven't isolated a virus, how can there be a pandemic? How can there be testing for it? It's the nonsense that this whole thing is built on. So if you're being asked to do things, or if you're being restricted from seeing a loved one in hospital, which is absolutely criminal, or if your child is being made to wear a mask all day at school, please fight for that child. Your child is having huge oxygen deprivation of the body and brain. If you're being made to wear a mask at work, if you're being asked to do things at work or other situations, please hold the line. I really do believe that there's going to be a break to this soon, and we're all rooting for you. We're all loving you and holding you in our prayers and thoughts, and supporting you and supporting each other in this difficult work. So there's tons of pressure. Another person I spoke to said, well, I'm just going to get it because I can't do anything. I can't see my friends. I can't go to the restaurant. I can't fly. I can't this or that. Well, you can still fly without it, but that may change in the short term. And they may make that decision. I don't know what decision they made. And that's totally up to them. I would never judge anyone. But I know for me, I will never get it. I would go to jail or die before I got it. But people have to do what's right for them. I just ask that if you're thinking of getting it under those circumstances, that you really do a deep dive into what the side effects are, what people are saying about getting reinfected with other viruses after, what it does to the immune system. All kinds of really helpful information out there. And we will see a break. I know it in my heart. You don't know me, maybe you don't know who the hell I am, but I know it in my heart for a certainty. Every time I get worried, every time I get depressed, almost every time I get depressed, worried, anxious, angry. I've been so angry in the last couple days. I just take a moment and step back and say, okay, hold the line, Moragh. What is this really about? And I know in my heart of hearts that we're breaking down the old systems. They are collapsing, and we're helping them go. We're seeing them go. We're ripping them down. We're ripping down those ivory towers of corruption and tyranny, and we're building a new beautiful world. And it's going to be painful, and it's going to be tough, and we're in transition in the birthing of this thing. And it hurts, and it's awful, And we're all feeling it. Whether we know it or not, we're feeling it. But we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're so close. Hang in there. You're a warrior. You can hold the line. I know you can. Reach out for help. Whatever you need to do to get some help. We're holding the line. We've got this. We've got this together. And we are together. Remember, we're all interconnected. So, one thing I just have to tell you, I just listened to a song called We Are Warriors. I believe it was called by a patriot, an American patriot. I've never heard his work before. He was on a Simon Parks interview. If you don't follow Simon Parks, you should. He's on Rumble, I believe. Or you could see him on connectingconsciousness.com. Great organization to belong to as well. He had a musician by the name of Billy Falcon on. What a lovely man, an American patriot, and he has a couple really beautiful songs. And his song Warriors, and he wrote another one called Hold On, and he was interviewed today by Simon. And oh wow, what a great guy! What a strong faith he has, and he gave me a lot of hope because some days my faith is in the toilet. I'll admit it, but it comes back. We are resilient, we're strong, we're resourceful, and we're recovering. We're recovering from this crap. So I'm with you. We're together in spirit. We're all getting divine guidance, whether you feel it or not. Divine guidance has brought us here, and we won't be left out in the dark. The divine ones, whoever you believe they are, the universe, God, Jesus, Buddha, whoever, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, yay, Divine Mother, Sacred Mother, Divine Feminine. We're all part of this beautiful divine web, and we are heroes, we're warriors. We can do this. Hang in there. I love you. We'll talk to you soon. Bless you, and namaste.